In a small village on a mountain, there lived a child. Every day, he had to climb over a mountain and pass through dense forests to reach the school. One morning, while playing in the woods, he accidentally found a wounded little snake with tears in its eyes. The child found it interesting and put the little snake in his bag, taking it to school. He carefully took care of the snake every day, letting it live in his drawer. As time passed, the little snake grew larger, becoming as thick as a rope. Its patterns were beautiful, and the child called it Cauliflower Snake. One day, the child said to the snake, "You've grown so big, I can't keep you anymore. What should we do?" The snake replied, "I should return to my home." So, the child put the snake in a large bag and took it to a deep mountain lake. The snake said, "I'll live here. Goodbye, dear friend." They agreed to meet at the same place in 10 years. 10 years passed, and the child had grown into a scholar, preparing to go to the capital for an exam. He remembered the agreement with the snake and went to the lake in the mountains. He called out to the snake towards the east, and suddenly, a large dragon appeared. The scholar was startled, and the snake said, "Don't be afraid, old friend. It's me, Cauliflower Snake." The scholar, surprised, said, "You've grown so big. You should be called Cauliflower Dragon now." The two old friends began to chat. Cauliflower Dragon was very happy to see his old friend. To make it easier to talk, he spat out a colorful pearl from his mouth and said, "I've been holding this crystal stone in my mouth for many years, polishing it smooth. If you like it, you can have it." The scholar, dazzled by the pearl, took it without listening to what the dragon said. The scholar went to the capital for the exam, but failed. He decided to present the colorful pearl to the emperor. The emperor, seeing the pearl, was so pleased that he awarded the scholar an official position. One day, the emperor fell ill with a strange disease, and none of the country's best doctors could cure it. At that time, a monk claimed that only a dragon's liver could cure the emperor. The scholar thought of his friend Cauliflower Dragon and went to the lake to call him again. Cauliflower Dragon felt troubled by the request, but finally agreed to cut out a piece of his liver for the scholar. The emperor's illness was indeed cured, and the scholar was promoted to prime minister. However, the emperor later became very afraid of death and ordered people to search for an elixir of immortality. The prime minister thought that the dragon's liver might grant immortality, so he went back to the lake and begged Cauliflower Dragon for another piece of liver. Cauliflower Dragon reluctantly agreed again. But this time, the prime minister, driven by greed, decided to cut out an extra piece of liver for himself to gain immortality. Cauliflower Dragon was in so much pain that he passed out, and his mouth closed tightly. The prime minister was trapped inside the dragon's stomach, where he eventually suffocated and died. In this story, the scholar, later the prime minister, lost his life due to his greed. His greed led him to repeatedly harm his friend Cauliflower Dragon, ultimately destroying himself. This warns people not to pursue material wealth and power excessively, or they will pay the price. It also shows that betraying a friend or a trusting relationship can have serious consequences. Cauliflower Dragon sincerely helped the scholar and was even willing to sacrifice his liver. However, the scholar repeatedly took advantage of this friendship for his own gain, ultimately leading to the destruction of the friendship and his own demise. Therefore, one should remember that friendship should be cherished, not exploited.